Hey guys, lesson 5.6b, where we will be creating parallel and perpendicular line equations. Nothing really new, it's just combining those two into one. So it's not, you're not going to know whether it's parallel or perpendicular ahead of time. You don't have to read the problem, figure it out on your own. All right. No real, like I said, no new information. It's just going to be some examples. All right. So I'm going to walk you through three of them. First example. Line P has the equation y equals 1/10 x plus 10. That's line P, our first line. Line Q, which is a different line, contains the point 10,5, means it goes through that point, 10,5, and is parallel to line P. So what's the equation of line Q? So we got to figure out the equation of line Q. What do I know about the slope of line Q based on the information provided? But I'm hopeful that you said the slope had to be the same as line P, which was 1/10. And I know it has to go through this point. So since it goes through this point, x, y, that's our y, I'm going to use point slope form to start this out. So my equation is going to be y minus 5 equals 1/10, and then x minus 10. So if it wants the equation of the line, this could be the equation of the line. Most likely, slope-intercept form is the form we're going to look for. So I'm just going to distribute, and I'm going to get 1/10 x. 1/10 minus times negative 10 is 1. All right, I can drop down my y minus 5 to save time. I'm just going to add the 5 and add the 5. So I'm left with y equals 1/10 x plus 4. So this is just like a problem we did in 5.6b, but now it's like we don't know if it's going to be parallel or perpendicular. Next example. Line J can be written as y equals negative 9/2 x minus 2. All right, so there's line J. Line K is, switching from purple, is perpendicular to the line and includes this point. So what's the equation of line K? Well, I know the equation of line K. If it's perpendicular to this line, the slope has to be what? I'm hopeful that you said it was 2/9. Reciprocal and the opposite goes to that point. So again, I want to do point slope. Y minus my y value, which is 1, equals my slope is 2/9, and then x minus 3. Distribute gives me 2/9 x. Distribute, that gives me minus 6/9, which I will eventually simplify to 2/3. And I'm going to add 1 here and add 1. So I'm left with y equals 2/9 x. And now off to the side here, I'm pretty much have to do 1 minus 6/9, which I said was 2/3. 1 minus 2/3 is just 1/3, so plus 1/3. So this equation is perpendicular to J, and it goes through 3, 1. All right, like I said, one more example. This is it. What's the equation for line F can be written as this: y equals x plus 10/3. G is perpendicular to F. All right, again, perpendicular to my original one, and passes through this point. What's the equation of line G? So if I'm looking at F, the slope is, let me get real close. The slope for that is 1, right? It's 1. So what's the opposite reciprocal of 1? Well, if I do the reciprocal of 1, it's 1. The opposite is negative 1. All right, so there, my slope is this, and it goes through this point. I'm going to set this up yet again to y minus 4 equals negative 1 x plus 3. Distribute my 1, minus 3. I'm going to add 4. I forgot my x here, my apologies. I keep forgetting that. Add 4 here. So now I'm left with y equals negative 1x, which is just negative x plus 1. So this line goes through this point and is perpendicular here. All right? Oh, I forgot to write your work here, but you can find it. I believe it is an IXL and the mastery check.